Star Wars 7x7 episode 2200. Today, an excerpt from an interview that I had the pleasure to be a part of on the Fanitarium show. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So, I had the opportunity to appear on the Fanitarium, which is a podcast that covers a lot of things in fandom in general, and they do talk about Star Wars in specific. So that was really awesome. We recorded the episode just a few days ago, and it just went live on Saturday. So you can hear the full conversation on Podbean and on YouTube, and so I will post links for that in the notes for the show at sw7x7.com. In the meantime, for today's episode of the show, I am sharing an excerpt from that conversation where we talk about Baby Yoda and his appearance in The Mandalorian and what they're going to do with him. So there's some conversation about that. The whole interview touches on a lot of different stuff. We talk about the TED Talk that I did. We talk about Star Wars Celebration. We talk about how podcasting has changed since, just in the last few years, basically. And all sorts of other stuff too. So thank you so much to Kae and Jeremiah for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. And before I get to the excerpt that I'm going to share with you, let me just say thank you so much for joining me for the show as always. Don't forget to wear your masks, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be. And without further ado, I should say, actually, let me give you one more little bit of ado. There were occasionally little hiccups in the Skype video recording, so you might hear one of those in this excerpt, but there you go. It's not going to be too difficult to, navigate around it from understanding what we're talking about. Here we go. An excerpt talking about Baby Yoda in The Mandalorian with Kae and Jeremiah from the Fanitarium.
In season 2, I know George Lucas did not want to show Yoda's origin. He didn't want to talk about that. He didn't want to really mention his species. Do you think they're actually going to go there, or do you think that they're going to tease? Because it's showrun by people that like Lucas' version of storytelling and respect what Lucas told them. Do you think they're actually going to try to go there, or are they just going to never end up there?
I don't think they're going to go there, and the fact that Dave Filoni is involved and that he has, worked so closely with George Lucas, I think that it seemed like it was kind of a bit of a blessing, a bit of a gift that he even allowed a young version of Yoda to be involved in the series. But I can't imagine that they're going to go to an origin situation. And one of the things that I wondered about with the ending of the series and how the Armorer basically says it's going to be your job to reunite this orphan with its clan. So planet of Baby Yoda lying by this, and I feel like it's not going to go to that level, because that would open the door to the whole conversation about, well, how, where are these characters from, and there have only been so many of them in the entirety of our Star Wars experience. Like, I can't see them getting too deep into it. It just doesn't seem like they would cross over that line, I guess. What about you guys? What do you think?
One thing that comes to mind for me is with Rebels, Dave Filoni started off season 1 and it was its own thing. Season 2 became quickly, this is going to continue Clone Wars. It's going to. And from what it looks like, with who they're casting in season 2 of Mandalorian, that this is going to turn into the Dave Filoni, I'm continuing my character show, which is a good thing for me. I just want to know how prevalent people like Ahsoka and some of the other ones that they've talked about could be in here. Is this how we're going to continue Rebels?
Mm-hmm.
The end of Rebels is a cliffhanger. Is this how we're going to get that? If so, bring it on. Are they just going to tease and going to lead into an animated show? If so, also bring it on. Dave Filoni knows what he's doing, and he likes to set things up and keep it close to his chest. And I'm really interested where they're going to go with all these new characters they're bringing in there, because we know season 1 was kind of an experiment. At least it's kind of self-contained. It wasn't really that. They didn't go to a lot of places. And season 2, now that it's been the most popular show of the year, they can chuck money at it and make it go wherever. and I'm really interested to see where they can go, and if they're going to show us some places we haven't seen. Like, honestly, not that they're going to go there, but I'd really like to see Hosnian Prime before it blew up. Actually, like, oh, let's make that movie better by going to this planet we never got to see. Really, and I think it has a real opportunity to make the sequel trilogy better in many ways by expanding on things, because that's what the shows have done really well. He made the prequel trilogy better, and Rebels made a lot of the original trilogy, the tie-in things, a lot better. So I'm really excited to see where he's going to go. And Favreau's just like a kid in a toy store. He's just having fun.
Yeah.
And please bring more Taika back for directing more. But I think he's going to be busy with his actual film versus directing more episodes. But
I'm okay with him taking a break from Star Wars to make more Thor. Really okay with it. A-okay with that.
Thor 3 was great. Yeah,
Thor
that
3 was
awesome.
so good. And I don't know if you read any of the Jane Foster Thor story arc, but I read all of it, and it was so well done and incredible and amazing. And knowing that he's going to be in charge of that, like I was in London at Comic-Con when they announced that was going to be a thing, so different time zone, and my husband sent me a screenshot of it, and I actually woke up, saw it, and started crying because I was so excited.
I'm ready for him to bring Jermaine Clement into Star Wars. I need Jermaine Clement in there, and all the rest of his vampire friends.
I was going to say, bring in all the vampires. Why not? Let's do it.
And I want him to work with Mark Hamill. I really do. But being that Mark Hamill's literally done cameos in every movie that's not Luke Skywalker, I think that he'll bring him in there somewhere, because he just likes having fun with weird little characters. And make him a monster.
There's something wonderful and just lovely about The Mandalorian. So my parents are not as big into Star Wars as I am. In fact, my dad does not like science fiction at all. My dad likes Rambo, end of list. That's it. All of them, but Rambo.
And heavy metal. He likes heavy metal.
He does, yes. But as far as cinema goes, big shoot 'em up. He actually broke the speakers on the family TV once, watching oh gosh, I don't remember, some action movie, but there has to be lots of explosions and lots of guns or he's not interested. So no interest in Star Wars. And he watched The Mandalorian with my mom and he loved it. It's the first time he's ever enjoyed Star Wars. He watched the whole thing in one sitting with my mom. So It's just, I know there's just something lovely about it that really touches on a lot of the storytelling that we want so much as consumers in the Star Wars universe. I really thought it was really well done. And again, spoke to my dad when no Star Wars ever has. So well done, team.
Yeah.
Did he try watching?
Is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the force be with them. All original content is copyright 2020 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.